challenge I'm going to be doing today is going to be called level 7 from the Websec.fr challenges. So let's get started. So with level 7, says this application used to view usernames by the given user ID. It will return corresponding usernames from the database. To prevent SQL injections, it was using super efficient blacklist based filter. Check it out here. Thanks to Cuts for the ideas. So we have like the source code given to us. So we'll just click on right here and open link in new tab. So that's what we can use. So these are probably all the annotations. So we can use or, is, like, globe, join, limit, char. We have all these limitations. So I think we still use space. So that's pretty cool. Then yeah, these are the limitations. So if is set, so submit and user ID. So submits the user ID, SQLite, and then injection payload. It sanitizes our injection payload, which is from our user ID. So I guess whatever distance submit query, and it returns 1 and login user. Okay. So if we check later on right here, we have select ID and login from where user and ID is equal to whatever value, and then it selects the ID and the login, and it prints out the ID and login right here. But if you see right here what's commented out, there's a third value, which is the password, so which I'm guessing is the pass. This is the thing that we're supposed to return, the password at the end of it. So that's what we're supposed to return, the password at the end. So we have user details is false, and if user, so yeah, that's basically it for this challenge. Is just figure out how to print out password. So like I said before, there's a bunch of things that we're not limited to. One thing is the or statement, and as you know, or is between passwords. We have to find a way to bypass that part. How can we access the password column without having the ability of using or? So how do we do that? So one thing for certain is that with this, we're able, for the most part, to there's a way to bypass this, which is pretty interesting. So one thing with SQL that you can do is something like this, and I'll just whip out iTerm. Clear. So with iTerm in general, or like with SQLite, we could do something like we could add an injection at the end. And you see right here, union isn't one of the values set, so we could probably put an arbitrary value of 999, and then we could do union select, which just makes a new SQL query. So we do union select, and then we'll pass in the ID value, but we can't pass in the password because that's at the end. At the end of the day, we want to print that out because we can only print out 2 values. So if we can't print out password, what can we do? So with SQLite, you're able to pass in the different values. So you could do something like pass, and then later on from this gets it from this another SQL query that we're gonna have here. And in this SQL query, we create a new column. So we'll do a select 9 as ID, and then this is gonna set the ID value as 999. We're gonna set 999 as what is it? I guess a new value. So in this case, we'll go name, and then 999 as 999 as pass, and then we'll do union select all from users. So what are we doing here? So basically what happens is that we select everything from users. So users is only gonna have 3 values, which is ID, login, and password, and then every one of them we rewrite them as something else. So it gets rewritten as ID, name. So ID gets rewritten as ID, name gets rewritten as login, and then password gets renamed as pass. But we select them all from users because it only has 3 columns. So that's a way to bypass the or statement of it. Now once we do that, we could technically pass this in, and honestly we could probably change this value. So if you want to keep it consistent with everything else, we could probably change this to login. So now if we paste this, it's basically a way to bypass the password, and we could print out the password, because at the end of the day, this is the thing that gets passed in front at the end. So we select ID and pass, but it's from this SQL query where it grabs all the values from users, but all the values from users are renamed to something else. So if I oh my god, I think I messed this up bad. Yeah, I messed this up bad. So yeah, so 999 as login, login 999 as pass, and then what we'll do right here is do a union, select all from the table users, and then we'll just copy all this right here and just paste it inside our thing right here. So if we just paste this, we'll see that we'll get our value. Hopefully I did this correctly. And then we get not your flag. So that's, we managed to get a password field, but for ID 0. If you see right here, the ID got passed in as 0. So how did we get the other part? So with SQLite, we know that, so do you know what a 0 stands for? So 0 is 0 in computer science. So is 0 false? I think 0 represents false. 0 cast as false. So we know that 0 is cast as false, but we want to be able to cast in the number 1 value, which is cast as true. So what we could do at the end of our thing right here, we could do something where, so where ID, so at the end right here, this is going to change our ID value from 0 to 1. It's going to grab the 1 value because this is where it's true. We want it to I guess, we want it for the most part to generate the 1 value, which is true. So that's basically why we're doing the where ID at the end of it. So we just copy this and then paste it inside here, our websec, and then we put it right here. We should get the flag of it of 1. So we submit the query, we get website, because blacklist based filters are always great. So if you just grab this bad boy and then put it inside here, which I already did, we could get, well, I already solved it, so we validate it and we get good flag. Well, flag for level 7 has already been submitted because I already solved this challenge. So yeah, that was about it for this challenge. Pretty cool challenge for the most part, pretty challenging and pretty cool thing to learn about SQL, how you can rename stuff with SQLite, and also use the where statement at the end. But anyway, pretty good challenge, and yeah, that's about it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's it. Peace.